as a performer, you know this. There are different levels to a big stage. And Barclays is a one stage. MSG is a whole nother level.
So you're confirming what I was trying to say. And what happens is, it was all in context with, they was talking about Melo.
Yep.
And I said, well, you know what? We don't give him enough credit because he was willing to come up in the, get in the kitchen, you got to stand the heat. And it must have been hard to see him on the daily news in the Post every day. You're trash, you're whack, the Knicks are this. That's a big pressure. And a lot of people, whether you believe it or not, no disrespect, God forbid, but there's a reason why the Taliban want to blow up New York. It's the greatest city on earth. There's no doubt about it. And all the money's here. That's why the Garden sold out, Wall Street, whatever. So I honestly believe, and I respect them, are they superstars? Beyond. Is Kevin Durant probably the best player in the world? Yes. But they didn't want the heat. They didn't want to come up in there and catch the heat. So I said that, and thank God KD
hit you right back.
Real quick. He wanted to smoke. Oh, that's just Joey Crack trying to sell that out. Matter of fact, go get family time.
Yes,
I said thank you.
He put the date on everything.
I clout chased him. I finally clout chased him.
Look at him. He put that date on there and everything.
Y'all went viral. Yo, you know the Nets gave me
hit you
smoke.
from the real account,
The Nets
too.
gave me smoke, too.
They did?
The Nets, the actual Nets
Listen.
organization was like, yo, Fat Joe, you just mad. You a Knick fan. I'm like, oh,
yes.
I'm lit.
He ride or die for the Knicks.
That's a fact.
I played there. I've seen you front row multiple times, multiple years. What's going on with the squad this year?
What's happening?
Oh, this is horrible. This is the worst I've ever seen it, to be honest with you. And I went to the first 2 games. I'm not telling you I'm not going to no more games this season.
Oh, I'm not going games.
But I went to the first 2, and my stomach felt like it was eating my stomach. Like I was catching high blood pressure. And for the first, and it's been some horrible Knick teams, but for the first time in my life, I went to the scorer's board and didn't argue, but almost argued with Clyde Frazier. Like I stood there mesmerized. I was like, yo, Clyde, they got Randall bringing down the ball. He don't even got a handle.
No.
Oh my God! Yo, I wanted to die.
I know
Throw
you
me
did.
off the
I know.
roof. No, but that's when I said I can't go no more because I'm getting out of character. Clyde looking at me like, Joe, you always cook. He's looking at me like, and I'm like, yo, Clyde, but what's going on? He got this boy, if you notice, anytime he ain't got a handle.
No.
He ain't AD, he ain't KD.
He dribbles twice, it's an accident.
But he's bringing it down the court, bro.
On plays.
This is basketball 101, bro. Like, what's going on, man? I like Fizdale. I like his wife. I know them. They're beautiful people from Miami. But, yo, Fizz, what is going on? And that's, man,
You think they're going to fire Fizz? You think they will?
No comment.
They can't. You can't. It ain't him. You can look at the roster and be like, this isn't the coach's fault right here. This isn't the coach's fault.
Yeah, it's a lot going on.
Somebody took the confidence away from Dennis Smith Jr. You can see it in his face. He's looking like Falk when he was in Philly.
Good example.
Somebody took his confidence away. That boy was high flying out there in Dallas.
360.
Must see TV. He came over here. Every time he touches the ball, he has to give it up. I know basketball. I'm tuned in. I got the peripheral vision.
No doubt.
So I see what's going on here. It's bad, bro. It's bad.
You mentioned Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony's back in the league getting buckets. What have you seen from him you like?
Man, I never realized. I love Carmelo. I've always been a fan, but I never realized how much of a fan. I have yet to miss a Portland game. I watched every game since Melo started playing. And man, I just love, God, right? I went to jail for like 4 months, right? Wasn't my fault, but I went. But me sitting down where you can't go nowhere gave me a good time to look at my life, where I was at, the moves I had to make, how to adjust. So I believe God sat Melo down, put him through all that. And then when he got back on that court, he was like, yo, I got game left.
Yeah, he does.
And then with hip-hop, with sports, more with sports, but with hip-hop and sports, there's a lot of ageism going on. Sometimes you got players say when Al Harrington used to drop 40 a game, and they was like, nah, we want to let the young guys Grow.
Jamal Crawford averaged 35 in April. He had a 50-point game.
Not in the league. Not in the league.
He's not even in the
I want the
league.
young guys to learn.
Yeah.
I wanted to.
And they cheaper too,
bro.
The young guys are cheaper
Oh, it's
too.
always cheaper. So even if I fly a lot, even when you see the flight attendants, when you see a lady looking about 60, 70, and she been flying for 40 years, she making like $1,000 an hour. They try to find a way to get rid of this lady so they can get the new girl in there for the $20 an hour.
Correct.
You know,
That's the game.
That's the game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, I knew Melo could ball. You know, I said the same thing about Steph Marbury. Steph Marbury should have ended his career in the NBA, not in China.
Well said, yo.
You know, and you know, it's something. You know, thank God we got the Vince Carters, you know, going hard and stuff like that. But I mean, you know, it's terrible. But Melo's showing you he could ball.
What's up? Thank you so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. Don't forget to download the ESPN app. And if you want more premium content, which you do, make sure that you subscribe to ESPN+. See you soon.